So hello everyone. So in this video we'll discuss about log levels. So in the Springboot application, as we know that it uses the log back, and behind the scene it is uses the self4j, and it provides us several log levels. So for our application, so we have a different type of log level, which is the info, debug, warning, and error. So we'll discuss about the all these log level in more detail and what is the best practice which we have to follow in order to make effective development, right? So the first thing, let's understand what is info. So basically info is nothing but for informational perspective we have used this info level. So it provides the high level information about your execution flow, right? In your method you put the info level or the high level related information, right? Not the too much low level. So it can also be include the general troubleshoot information such as the user ID, request ID, and the transaction ID. So these are the important IDs which we have to print just to know the what is the high level information along with these IDs. So this is quite important to have these IDs, but you can have or you cannot have both. It's optional, right? But predominantly the info level is just for providing the high level information, right? So coming to the debug level is just for more detailed information. Say suppose if you have a method, you have an entry point, you have exit point, what are the parameters are coming to the method, and what are the parameters which you are reading from this method. So all these information you can print using the debug logger, right, level. So it is for the debugging purpose as name suggests, and in production we will not enable the debug level. On demand we enable the debug level, right? So as you read it here, so I will not go with the reading part, but I am trying to explain you that what is the best practice, how to utilize the these levels during the development, right? Coming to the warning is just for the warning information in like kind of abnormal condition that user may want to know in well advance, right? Say suppose if your application is running and you have a lots of memory which is being used, or some potential problems is occurring, may occur in near future. So for those purpose we can use the warning, right? So like choosing the warning, debug, info, all are depends upon you, right? How effectively you are utilizing based upon your application use case and the knowledge, right? So coming to the error, as name suggests, error just printing the error information along with the detailed information like stack trace and all. So we have to put a stack trace, based upon the scenario and the condition. It's not every log will have a stack trace for the error purpose, but yeah, so depend upon the situation, right? Say suppose you have multiple layers like DAO layer, service layer, controller layer. Mostly we put the exception stack trace in the presentation layer or in the top level, and it depends, right? Again I am saying, so here we have to use the log level as error for printing the log error information for your application. So that's all from these four layer perspective. Now coming to the best practice, so we have a set of best practice which I have jotted down here, like avoid logging sensitive information, use structured logging, use key value pair, use log for actions, right, auditing purpose, log for entry and exit method points, right, and limit log verbosity in productions, like we have to deliver as a warning, but some of the product deliver as a info if the product is very new. And we of course we have to put the some unique ID for correlation perspective. Okay, so coming to the lab part, in the lab part I have just put it down some of the example here. This is the first example. As you can see here, in this example we have find brand image by ID. So this is the ID which I am passing for the brand, and I want to know the image. Okay, so this is the entry point, so we have used log.debug. And for talking to database, now I'm printing the informational things like kind of brand that is successfully from the DB, right? Here we can also put ID as well, right? But depends, right? Not too much of the details. So after that we are doing some of the operations, then operation completed, then we also input the log information, right? Log level as the info, right? And in case of exception we are printing this error. Okay, and we are just throwing back to the calling of this method, right? And the exit point of this method we have again the log.debug ending of this method. Okay, so we are printing the information, whatever information is needed. So please pay attention, do not put the too much of information even in the debug case also, and also avoid the sensitive information to be get printed. Okay, So this is the one of the example which I shown here, and another example which you can see here is like saving the user. We have entry point, exit point as a debug, and some of the progress of your application, progress of your method. Then we have some operational informational logs. Okay, so that's all from the log perspective, log level perspective. Okay, from this, so we have seen, like, in a summary, we have a logger level, info, debug, warning and error, and we have best practice and some of the practical example. Okay, so that's all guys from this video tutorial perspective, and thanks for watching.